Hello and welcome to the Online College of Coding video tutorial series. This is the first video of the series on getting started with GameMaker. In this video we will be looking at elements of the GameMaker interface that are used in future projects. Before starting this video, it is recommended that you have seen the Intermediate Programming Concepts series. Let's get started. Here is the GameMaker welcome screen. This is the first screen you will see when you open GameMaker. There's a list of recent projects at the bottom that you can open, and also tabs across the top to let you open other projects or even start new projects. We're going to create a new project today called GameMaker Tutorial Project. Simply enter a name and directory, then click Create. This is the GameMaker editor. At the top, we have a main menu. In the main menu are some drop-down menus, just like in other programs, with some specific ones just for GameMaker. We don't really need to know about these at the moment, so we'll move on to the toolbar, which is just underneath. Using the toolbar, you can create new projects, open projects, and save projects, as well as build projects into executables ready to put onto a phone or run as a computer game. You can run your project to test it and stop your project. There are also buttons here to create resources. The Create Sprite, Object, and Room buttons are the ones that we'll use the most. Most of the buttons that we will need from the toolbar are accessible from different parts of the GameMaker editor. For example, making a sprite can be done with this button or by right-clicking in the resource tree on the sprite folder and selecting Create Sprite. This resource tree is where all of the resources in your project will be displayed. The sprites will be under the sprite folder, backgrounds under the backgrounds folder, and so on. To expand or collapse the contents of each folder, use the plus and minus button. When resources are being modified or settings are being changed, windows just like this one pop up within GameMaker's workspace. The workspace is this rectangle here. It's where you do all the work on your game, such as creating scripts, rooms, and objects, all in windows like these. The compile window at the bottom of the GameMaker editor is where GameMaker will output all of the progress details and information about the games and projects you are compiling. It's a good idea to pay attention to the compile window when building or testing a game. Down the bottom here in the GameMaker window is the search and filter area. Using this, you can search for resources in your resource tree. By typing something in here, it'll look through the resource tree and try and highlight for you what you're looking for. At the moment, the whole color scheme for GameMaker is green and black and pretty gloomy. So right now we're going to brighten it up. Go into File and down to Preferences, and then you'll notice you're in the General tab. In the bottom right of the General tab, there is a Select a Skin with a box next to it. You want to select GM8. This is the old theme that GameMaker used to have when it was in version 8. Press OK and restart GameMaker. Okay, so we're back. We've just restarted GameMaker and here's the color scheme, the much brighter color scheme of GameMaker 8. You'll notice that the toolbar and the resource tree, all the menus, everything's still in the same spot. It just looks different. Of course, if you think it looks better, you can keep the old black and green color scheme. Personally, I prefer this brighter color scheme and I'm going to use that for the rest of the tutorials in GameMaker. This concludes the video on the GameMaker interface. In the next tutorial, we're going to be finding out about sprites and sounds. See you then.